I'm going to drink an energy drink called Ox. While talking about Copa America 2018 Season 2 Starcraft 2 tournament. The game version is 4.3.2, patch 4.4.0. It's an online tournament held in South Korea. The prize pool is $10,000. The important fact about this tournament is that 16 players from Latin America battle it out for $10,000 prize pool and 2 seeds to 2018 WCS Valencia. Valencia is another circuit event, which means that the players from around the world in so-called circuits compete for a seed or a place to play in the ultimate grand finals out there. The server is North America. The format as follows: 1 versus 1 group stage double elimination bracket. It starts in 2018 June 7th and ends in 2018 June 24th. Out of 16 players, there were 2 Protoss, 5 Terran and 9 Zerg. The first place is awarded $4,000, the second place is awarded $2,000, the third place $1,200 and the fourth place gets $800. Also, WCS circuit points are awarded. The first place gets 200, the second place gets 140, the third, fourth places get 90 points each. The first 2 places get a seed or a place to play in 2018 WCS Valencia. And now the playoffs. There will be a losers round here. In the quarterfinals, I see Special versus Dark Unnamed, Ziba versus Eggs, Ryu versus Sham, and Kelazur versus Eric. In the losers finals, we'll see how the losers in the quarterfinals were competing against each other for a place in the grand finals. Very, very interesting strategy. So, the first match, Mexican Special Terran player versus Dark Unnamed Zerg from Bolivia. 3-1 Special wins. In the second match, El Ziba from Chile, the Zerg race, versus another Zerg, that's Eggs, Colombian player. 3-2 Colombian player wins and moves on to the semifinals. Ryu, a player from Peru with his Zerg race, versus Cham, another Zerg from Mexico. 3-0 Cham wins and moves on to the semifinals. In the fourth match, there are two Brazilian players, Calazur and Eric. Calazur, with his turn race, wins over Eric, who played as a Zerg. In the losers round, we see four losers who are going to compete. Alziba versus Dark Unnamed and Eric versus Ryu. In the semifinals, two matches, Special versus Eggs and Cham versus Calazur. So in the Now, I'll first better talk about the losers round. So the losers from the quarterfinals are going to compete for the losers round 2. Eventually, the winner of the losers rounds will be the one that's going to play in the grand finals. So it is as important as the playoffs themselves, not including the losers rounds. The first match of the losers round 1. El Ziba from Chile versus Dark Unnamed from Bolivia. They are both the Zerg players. 2-0 El Ziba wins and moves on to the losers round 2. In the second match we have as well two Zergs, Eric versus Ryu. Eric is a Brazilian player while Ryu is a player from Peru. So that's Brazil versus Peru. Ryu wins. There were 9 Zerg, and after the quarterfinals, all 4 Zergs have been eliminated. Into the losers rounds. Okay, now the semifinals. Actually, the number of players was 16, so I said it wrong. So basically, in the playoffs, out of 16 players, there were 9 Zerg, as I mentioned. However, in the playoffs, there were only 8 players. And out of those 8 players, there were 6 Zerg players. So, all in all, there were 6 Zerg players, which is really crazy. Wow, they were like North America is like Zerg race without a doubt. Now the semifinals. Special from Mexico versus Eggs from Colombia. Special plays as a Terran while Eggs plays as a Zerg. 3-0 Special wins. Next match, Cham versus Calazur. That is Mexico versus Brazil, and Cham, Zerg from Mexico, wins versus Terran Calazur from Brazil. In turn, Cham moves on to the winners finals. Now I'm going to talk about the losers round 2. In the losers round 2, we have El Ziba, the player who won the losers round 1, versus Calazur, the player who lost in the semifinals. In the second match of the losers round 2, there's Eggs, a player who lost in the semifinals, versus Ryu, the player who managed to keep playing after winning losers round 1. In the first match, Calazur versus El Ziba, Calazur wins 2-0 with his turn race versus El Ziba, who played as a Zerg. Calazur is a Brazilian player while El Ziba is a player from Chile. In the second losers round 2 match, we see X, Colombian player, versus Ryu, a player from Peru. They are both Zerg players. 2-1, Ryu wins and moves on to the losers round 3. In the losers round 3, Calazur played Ryu. Calazur is a Terran from Brazil, while Ryu is a Zerg from Peru. 3-0, Calazur wins and moves on to the losers finals. In the losers finals, the losers bracket winner will compete versus the winners finalist who lost for the place in the grand finals. So let's see who is going to be Calazur's opponent. In the winners finals, there are 2 Mexican players competing for the seed into the grand finals. Special versus Cham. In any other tournament format, this would be the final, and the loser would just simply take the second place and the winner would take the first place, but not in this tournament setting where a second chance is given in the losers rounds. So, Special, the Terran player, versus Cham, the Zerg player. It looks like after so many Zergs competing, one Zerg did manage to get into the finals. Anyway, Special wins 3-0 and moves on to the grand finals, while Cham ends up in the losers finals. In the losers finals, we see the same races as in the winners finals. That is Terran versus Zerg. Cham from Mexico played as a Zerg, while Calazur from Brazil played as a Terran. 3-1, Calazur wins and moves on to the grand finals. Calazur, a player who otherwise would have been eliminated after losing the semifinals, ended up in the grand finals themselves after winning series of matches in the losers rounds. In the grand finals, Special, a Terran player, versus another player, Calazur, who played as a Terran as well. 4-0, Special wins and takes the first place. Special was from Mexico, while Calazur was from Brazil, so the first place went to Mexico. Special Terran. The second place went to another Terran, Calazur. The third place went to a Zerg player, Cham. And the fourth place went to another Zerg, Ryu. Zerg race had advantage in numbers, however it proved to be not enough to win the tournament. However, Zergs did ended up in 3rd and 4th places, 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th, and even 9th. So we see the 1st and 2nd places taken by 2 Terrans, and then 8 players down were all Zerg. It looks like Terrans are just better in America. In Copa America tournament. And you left the game.